Good morning, everyone. This is Redemus Maximus for 8 Bits and Dice Rolls podcast. So just to let you know, today is Indiana Comic Con 2023. Super exciting. I'm really excited for it. I know we have a lot of exciting big things coming up today. We've got all kinds of panels coming up. It's Ms. Star Queen's birthday today, which is awesome. So we're kind of celebrating that with some friends at the convention and all that good stuff. So I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to show off all the fun cosplays, panels, and they've got a Pokemon gym coming out today, which is really cool. It's the Galactica City gym. You'll get a chance to get a actual Professor Gym badge, which is really cool. So looking forward to that one, and then checking out some of the celebrities, getting some things signed today. I'll show off a couple comics we're hoping to, get signed by some people. I'm looking forward to like Phil Lamar, so he's like the big voice for pretty much any type of Genndy Tartakovsky cartoon, especially like Samurai Jack. Ahsoka Tano, aka Ashley Eckstein, will be there. So yeah, tons of people. Ron Perlman for Hellboy, his other career, Sons of Anarchy, and those kind of things. But yeah, I'm super excited about that one, and let's check in with everybody else before we take off. Happy birthday, Miss Star Queen.
Thank you.
Yay. We're getting some breakfast at the good old Metro Diner. How much is it? All right, guys, so we're back from Indiana Comic Con 2023. What did you guys think this year?
So should I go first, since I'm the person who this is actually my third time at Indiana Comic Con. My first time back since COVID. This was the biggest year I think I've ever seen it.
It's a lot bigger than last year.
Yeah, in the past, I went there in 2018. I went there in 2019, and it was small-ish. Now, granted, I never hit up Celebrity Row in those years because there was just nobody I was really interested in. But this year, it felt like packed.
There was a lot of vendors.
Yes.
There was a lot more vendors this year too.
surprised.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the vendors. I mean, if you didn't find what you were looking for, you had to be blind. And I found a lot of stuff, and I said to myself, I just want to take it all home and give it a good home.
I think this year definitely had the most variety out of vendors, since in previous years there was a heavy emphasis on like just comics and just art. But this year there was authors, there was retro games, there was some comics, but there was also books, there was homebrew comics, there were games, there was dice, lots of LARPing gear as well. I've never seen that any year before. There was I think Saberforge or Ultra Sabers was there.
Ultra Sabers, yeah.
Yeah, they were there as well. I think that might have been their first or second year there. I've never seen them there before.
It'd be the first because I was there last year.
So it was their first year there. Yeah, so that's different. So there was a huge variety. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see any Gunpla. That was a shock for me. That was I've never seen that much Gunpla in person before.
Yeah, lots of anime.
Lots of anime. Yeah, there was I think at least 3 vendors I saw selling like waifu body pillows. Like
Yeah. I think there was more anime. Yeah. There's more anime at this convention than the anime convention. I had a low expectation after the last convention I went to, and this one
Blew it out of the water.
absolutely.
That's impressive. So now on the other end of that, what could have been better?
More actual comic affiliated guests. Like there was just a lot of guests there, which are definitely appreciated for like celebrity wise, like voice actors, so on and so forth. But I feel like for a comic convention, you should have, you know, at least 5 to 10 like well-known artists or writers. Or
Yeah, there was only like 2, right?
Yeah, that was literally it. And you know, it's Comic-Con. You know, I get it. You know, celebrities, voice actors, celebrities from TV shows are good, but I want more opportunity to get signatures on my collectible comic books from the people that I love that wrote them and
Did the
illustrated
art.
them.
Yeah.
So, kind of to counter that, in the past, in the 2 years that I did go there, they did actually have a very heavy emphasis on the comic creators. However, they were older comic creators, and a lot of them are dead now.
Yeah.
Like, so I met Neil Adams in 2019, and he passed away either not this year, I think it was like in the past 2 years, he passed away. Jim Starlin, I know Stan Lee was there, like like in 2017, I want to say.
Yeah.
So they did have a lot of older comic creators, but unfortunately a lot of them are passing away or they're at retirement age. Like, you don't want to go to a con when you're in your 90s, you know, like and in terms of like the young comic talent, a lot of them just aren't here, I will say. Like, in terms of like the Midwest, like, there's not really any.
I feel like
Like,
but I also feel like that maybe this year there wasn't as much of like a reach out to. They were more focused on having the celebrities there than
I
they were
feel
the
like-
creators.
I
I feel
mean-
like they could have if they would have actually reached out to more creators. I feel like there would have been, because there are a lot of creators that enjoy going to cons and, you know, like enjoy meeting the fans that read their comics and that look at the artwork and stuff. But I feel like every year that they've reached out to them, because I feel like still the past 3 years there's been quite a few more artists and more comic book creators than there had been this year.
So one thing we also have to consider as well is on Saturday, on the biggest day of the convention, it was also Free Comic Book Day.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of artists were probably more preoccupied with going to local comic shops and like kind of fostering their own scenes as opposed to like, because we went to CBU afterwards, and Gavin Smith was he wasn't there when we got there, but like he had been there that day, and he works on most, if not all, of the modern Star Trek comics.
Star Trek, Marvel,
Tiny bit of DC as well. So I think this year it maybe just could have been a timing thing as well, as
Maybe.
because a lot of artists and comic creators do want to support their local scenes, and I get that. Like,
Yeah, support your local comic shop.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was so much bigger this year, just with vendors and attendance and everything, they needed a bigger publicity, celebrity to kind of help fill in,
Yeah, balance it out.
with all
Yeah.
the extra people
That's
that
true.
were going to be attending.
To all comic book vendors, may I make a suggestion? Please bring in more graphic novels, because there are many of us who enjoy
Oh yeah, it was lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody
Because-
trades.
Yeah,
Nobody
because
trades.
I prefer a good graphic novel rather than getting all the individual issues. That would cost me more money rather than just getting one book.
Yeah, trade paperbacks are pretty popular. I mean, that's also why I picked up like Last Ronin, because it was on sale as the hardback, and you know, I get to read my Eastman and Laird, which is good.
Yep.
What was your favorite panels that you guys got to check out?
I only went to one, and that was the Adam Savage. And that was okay. That was random. You know, when he finally popped up on the guest list, I was not expecting him to be at the Indiana Comic Con, but he is by far just the panel that we went to the most inspirational like creator that you could probably have at an event where such a mass amount of people are cosplaying and creating their own stuff, and to just hear him like talk to everybody about, you know, his process and just about how, you know, he got to the point to where he's at. It was really inspirational, I feel like.
What, speaking of cosplays, what was your favorite cosplays?
Oh wow.
There were so many. There were so many good ones.
We could spend the entire day
Yeah.
about which one is the best.
I'm gonna say, because
Yeah.
of the child in me and the part of the Disney, it was the Toy Story themed Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
were amazing.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like the Buzz Lightyear looking Mandos.
We
That
had
was
Buzz,
neat.
Yes.
Woody, and Jesse.
Yeah.
There was a cosplay scene that some of us walked in on, and it was a bunch of Resident Evil characters. Then they were doing the old Call of Duty gun commercial.
Yeah.
There was like 2 Leons. There was I think Doom Guy got mixed up in there somehow.
Ava was in there.
Ava was in there. I think I saw a Wesker and like some Umbrella dudes, and they were all like pointing like their fake guns like at each other and like yelling to put the guns down, and they were like pointing more.
Yes.
It was,
I think I caught like a glimpse of that.
Oh,
scene.
that was
Walked
great.
across
Really
3
cool.
Spider-Man guys that were doing the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
at each other. That was
There
pretty
was
good.
a Nemesis that was running after a Jill Valentine in the hallway once as well. He was like yelling and running after her. Yeah, there was cosplays, but I was kind of surprised not many Star Wars cosplayers this year. I feel like in previous years, especially when the sequels were coming out, I remember seeing a lot of Reys, a lot of Reys actually, lots of Kylos. But there was only, I think I only saw 1 Kylo this year. There was there was a couple of Mandos walking around, like what you said. There was there was some clones walking around too.
I was actually really surprised about the lack of Grogu's.
Yeah, there wasn't that many.
No.
That shocked me.
That was
It
like
really did. I
Grogu's.
thought that would be overkilled. As
Yeah.
a
But
cosplay.
it wasn't.
No.
I think I saw like 2 like actual Din Djarin Mandos, and that was it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite moments? Because I think a few of you had some pretty special moments.
I think
Yeah.
The name escapes me right now, but I got to meet the actor that plays Guillermo.
Gielan?
Yeah, Gielan.
Harvey Gillen, I think his
Had-
name is.
Yeah, I had probably about like maybe a 7-minute interaction with him. Got to talk to him for a minute, shake his hand, talk about season 4 that's coming out, what we do in the shadows, and he's just a really, really nice individual, really pleasant to talk to, friendly, and we just kind of shot it off. It was really nice.
What did you have happen to you?
I mean, I didn't really have that moment, but I got to see my kid have that moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had a really great experience with some Walking Dead casts. The King and Jerry. He waited in line for a long time for it, and finally, when they reached him, they knighted him with a lightsaber. They pulled each other behind the curtains and was taking personalized selfies with them, and just made a really good experience. And that was my son's first convention ever, so it was a really positive one, and one that he's gonna remember forever.
Yeah. And then it was your birthday.
It was,
Yes.
yeah. I got sung Happy Birthday by Ashley Eckstein. That was
Voice of Ahsoka Tano.
yeah, the voice of Ahsoka Tano. She was an absolute sweetheart, and randomly when we were waiting in line, James Arnold Taylor came up to us and just started talking. And
How's the con
how's the
doing?
con doing?
The
You
voice of
guys having
Obi-Wan
fun?"
Kenobi, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I got to meet Dee Bradley Baker as well, who's the voice of all the clones in the Clone Wars and Bad Batch and any like animated Star Wars thing. He's probably voiced them.
His voice is so resonant and warm.
Yeah.
You know, it's thick, and yet you knew it was heartfelt.
He was a
whenever you
lot
talked.
less like personable than Ashley was, but if you mention like a character, like
He immediately was talking
he would
in that character.
switch to them like almost like simultaneously. It was kind of like whoa.
It was almost too impossible. It was almost like to say, okay, am I talking to the character or am I talking to the voice actor?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the interaction with tech in general,
Yeah.
like that was
So
That was
we
rough.
went to, I think
Yeah.
the Clone Wars panel was probably one of the best panels I've like ever been to, like period at a con. And somebody asked, it was a Q&A panel, and somebody asked him, spoilers for Bad Batch season 2.
do you want to do that?
It's okay.
How
I'll
many
still
months has
watch
it been now?
Okay.
Come
I'll still
on.
watch it. It's fair game.
Okay, it's fair game.
Okay, so there was a character that we didn't really get to say goodbye to. It was very sudden, and somebody in the audience asked, do you have does this character have any final words for us? And he made this really heartfelt speech that everyone in the audience were like, we thought we were over this, but apparently we weren't. And we I kind of got a bit of an extension of that later as well when I asked again about tech, and he had some extra words too. And
Yes.
yeah.
And it's trippy hearing that in HD right in front of your face.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we met Phil Lamar, who's
We
the voice
did,
of Samurai
yeah.
Jack and a bunch of other characters
He
for
was
Star Wars,
so
and
personable.
Yeah.
I mean, just
laughing at our jokes, and
Dude you could tell that everyone seemed excited to be there.
Absolutely.
Like the vibes. Sometimes you go to a con and like sometimes the vibes are a little bit like, I can tell like nobody really wants to be here. Like, but at Indiana Comic Con, like really good vibes all around. Everybody seemed excited. Everybody seemed like happy to be interacting with everyone else, and just really good vibes all around.
Besides Ron Perlman, but he always looks like he's mad.
yeah. Yes, the gorilla-faced seriousness all the way across.
Captain Grumpy Guy.
Yes. I think my favorite experience was all of that, but also the fortune cookie.
Okay, so I wanted Chinese afterwards, and I said I wanted egg fried rice, so Remus suggested, hey, let's go to this Chinese restaurant, and, you know, we'll pick up some rice, leave it in the fridge, wait a day, and it'll be perfect by the time we all get home. So, but we were so hungry that he cracked a fortune cookie. And the fortune said something like, you will conquer all the evil in your life and your enemy. And we were like, okay,
You will
yes.
devastate evil before you.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
okay, you know, kind of a good
Pretty
fortune.
deep fortune cookie.
But then
Yeah.
I saw something on the back that said raid. And I
Brought
went,
to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes.
yeah. And so
This fortune cookie was sponsored by
By
Raid Shadow Legends.
It had a Raid Shadow Legends ad on the back of the fortune.
Yeah, we'll show the video of that fortune. I kept it, so
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, overall it was pretty awesome, I would say.
My best experience of this entire con was I got to hang out with my best friends.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, you also got to see me go nuts over finding a SD Gundam aerial. As
Oh
well.
my god. The explosion you could not contain inside this one. No way. It's almost like, I found it!
Yes.
Well, your dice as well. The singing
Oh,
dice.
Oh,
that you
yeah.
got. Yeah.
The dice.
Yeah, tell us about the dice.
Oh, the dice. The dice.
The dice of destiny, apparently.
They're this big. They're gorgeous. And when you roll them, they actually sing.
They make like a chime.
Yeah, they make a really nice like
noise.
chime sound.
Yeah.
Now, here's the eerie part. This whole thing, roll a d4. Perfect 4. Roll a d10. Perfect 10. Roll a d20. D20.
Nat 20.
Nat
Yeah.
20.
So
I was like,
Literally the dice of destiny.
yeah.
I'm,
Wow.
this is my, yeah,
This is it.
this is it.
This is it. This is the set. Can't touch anything else now.
Nope.
Search no more.
Search no
No,
more.
those are your destiny dice.
Yes.
That's
Hold
it.
on to them.
Did you have any special moments?
I mean, besides the Adam Savage and the celebrity interaction, I clung on the Adam Savage thing. As a person who likes to create things and build things myself, it's just really inspirational to see somebody that's made it so far doing what he loves to do. I'm forever jealous of the fact that he gets to go home and walk into a giant shop where he has everything and anything that he needs. But I'll forever be watching his videos on YouTube, old Mythbuster episodes that I grew up with, and
Getting
seeing,
inspired.
seeing what trouble I can get into myself.
Yep.
Hey guys, future me. Sorry this video took so long for me to get out. We had a lot of things going on, personal life, and editing just kind of got really slow. We started trying to kind of outsource a lot of our editing at the time. I'm probably telling my voice is a little raspy, but I've been doing a lot of selling at work and all those kind of things, so talking to a lot of people. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys actually did really enjoy Comic-Con. If you guys were there, you know, drop a comment down below and let us know, because, you know, I'm curious to always see if we did end up running into you by accident, or you saw us by accident and just didn't get a chance to say anything to us or whatever. But yeah, we definitely check out all the comments and all that stuff. And I've noticed actually since we did this video, we had a huge spike of subscribers, and thank you so much everybody that was actually joining in from that. I hope you guys are enjoying the shorts and all those kind of things coming up too. And you know, this is very like raw type ending essentially, because I'm not really going to edit it or anything, because I don't want to keep this video any longer out or not out. But yeah, so we're going to be making a lot more cool like vlog videos like these. You know, let me know if you like the shorts, if you want to see some like cool different shorts and all those kind of things. I was teasing around the idea of maybe doing some 3D printing shorts, doing some actual like 3D print builds. We've got comic books out the wazoo to talk about. We're going to be doing some of those too. If there's any cool like nerdy topics you want to hear about, you know, let us know. Make sure that, you know, if you haven't actually subscribed, you definitely do that, so that way you get updated on pretty much any type of topic that we're going to be doing. And then we will have more actual like podcast episodes coming up here soon too. We've got a storyboard basically working on our next one, and then working with a couple other big groups to kind of talk about some cool topics too. So thanks again for everybody for checking this video out. Thank you so much for, you know, joining us in general in this awesome journey of becoming a nerd and continuing being a nerd. And we've got lots coming up for you, okay? We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.